What's going on, YouTube? It's been a while. Just kind of been losing hope and faith in my channel lately, and a few comments got me excited about it again, and here's another video. I got this HF rig a few weeks ago. Meant to make a video about it, never got around to it. Like I said, just got a little discouraged. And then the next day I went and picked up the MFJ Versa tuner, antenna tuner. This is the 949E model to be exact. A really nice unit. It has a dummy load, 2 different antenna connections, and very good display for the SWR meter and the power meter. Let me tell you the story about the HF rigs. Late at night I was looking at the Craigslist, just looking at HF stuff. Been meaning to get into HF for a while. Just wanted to kind of learn it, that kind of thing. I'm sure I've said it in a few of my videos on the dual band stuff that I eventually wanted to get into HF, but man, I wanted that, what is it called? ICOM 7300 radio that's like through the roof expensive, and even with the rebates and all that, it's just too much. I didn't want to spend over $1,000 just to get into HF and see if I even like it, or so far, to be honest, I don't like it. Well, maybe because I haven't made any contacts yet, and that's probably why I don't like it. And I don't really, well, anyway, I'll explain it. Found this radio, older gentleman up north was selling it. I'll show you guys, really good condition. Saw it on Craigslist, called him, got him to throw in a free 25 watt power supply, or 25 amp power supply. That'd be funny, 25 watt. MFJ, what is this model? 4225 MV, it's in perfect condition. Works great. I'll turn it on for you guys. So there's that. I have the voltage already set. I basically have the wires right here for the tuner, and then these are for the radio, and I have them going to the same banana plugs. Over here, we'll have the tuner fire up the LED. So you guys can see the display. It's a nice 3-inch display. Still have my little Bayo thing off to the side here. People are transmitting on it. That's what that noise is. I turned the volume all the way down. One of the 2-meter repeaters is really busy today. Met up with the guy the next day. I drove like 3 freaking hours to get to him. He drove an hour to meet up with me too, so he was a really nice guy. Sold me this radio in the parking lot. I took his word for it. I had no idea if it was even gonna work, but he seemed trustworthy. It's a Kenwood ts-570d. So it's a good old school radio. It's like a late 90s 10 to 160 meter rig, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to really deal with the 6 meter. Here, let me power it up. Alright, well, right now we're on 10 meter. Let's go down to the calling frequency, which is 400. I will call for radio check, and we're not going to hear anything. And I already have it tuned with the antenna tune. This does have a built-in auto tuner, by the way. I just don't care to use it because it makes a lot of noise, and I feel like eventually it's going to fail. The little mechanism is going to fail the motor, and then I could never sell this as a perfect radio. Right now everything works on it. So I decided to pick up a external tuner. One, you can run a wire to this. So right now we're in a mobile home, so I don't really have any way to put an antenna outside. So what I'm running right now is a dipole that I made, and it's right there. And that's the balun, 1-to-1 balun, and then the other leg goes all the way out there, and that's cut for 10 meter. Alright, that's pretty much it. And then the coax runs into the back of the tuner, and then from the tuner we have a 3-foot, actually a 1.5-foot jumper, maybe a 3-foot, I can't remember. Short jumper that goes from the tuner to the radio. And the radio's got 2 antenna plugs in the back, so you can either do antenna 1 or antenna 2. Right now we're on antenna 1, as you can see. And I also picked up a Morse code paddle. Started learning Morse code. I think it's kind of fun, so I'll show you guys that at the end of the video. Alright, well, let's call CQ on the 10 meter sideband, and since I'm just a technician for now, I have a little cheat sheet right here, and all I can do is 10 meter. So over here we could see that on the bottom, 28300 to 28500 is sideband voice, and the calling frequency is at 28400, right? And we have the Morse code 28060, and then we have the QRP, which is, you know, limited to your 5 watt 28385. Okay, we're at 28400. I'm gonna call for radio check. I'm gonna call CQ. And this is 10 meter, and 10 meter has been pretty dead because of the solar cycle that we're in right now. We're kind of in a low spot. We're approaching summer months, but we're not in summer months yet. I'll turn down the preamp so it's not as loud. Let's see if I can call a radio check here. This is KM6 calling CQ. CQ calling for CQ, KM6. We don't hear anybody. Let's see, we're on 25 watts. I could take the power up to 50, but having the antenna indoors, I don't really like going above 50. And as you can see, our SWRs are pretty low. This is KM6 calling for CQ. CQ, CQ, calling CQ. KM6 calling CQ. And we got nothing. I could turn the preamp back on. Doesn't seem like we're getting anybody. So 10 meters has been dead. A little discouraging because, you know, we don't have, as a technician license, you don't have any provisions to use any other band. So I'm gonna have to study for general now and go get my general. After I get my general, what I can do is just run a wire directly into this and stretch it across my property, and I can go 300 and some feet, so I can do even a 160 meter band if I wanted to have enough space for it. Maybe not the height, but I definitely have the length for it. I could stretch the wire across the property, and this tuner will tune just about anything to work with the radio. We'll have to give that a try, and I'll be back when I take this transceiver up to my house and set it all up there. I'll be sure to make another video. And until then, this is just more of just a learning experience, I guess. I got a good deal on the radio. I got a free power supply with it, which is like 120 bucks in itself. I know MFJ isn't everybody's cup of tea, but hey, I've had good luck with them. This one's been great. I have another one at my house that's like that. I have this one now, so I have 3 MFJ supplies. I mean, this is MFJ, that's MFJ, that's MFJ. I watched the video on them. They're a pretty good company. I like the way they run their show. I saw that their techs, like all their production facility. A lot of this stuff is assembled in America still. I like MFJ, and that's the thing. This company stands behind their product to the point where if you tinker with it and you start, like, say if this breaks down or something happens to this and I want to repair it myself or attempt to repair it, and then I fail at it, they'll still honor the warranty even though I've attempted to repair it and I failed at it, because they encourage their customers to actually tinker with these things. I'll support the company like that forever. Just want to show you guys my new rig. I like it. It's cool. Well, let me show you Morse code. I said I would, so let's go to, let's see, we're going to enter 28060000. We're going to put this on CW. We're going to have the power all the way down. Let's test SWRs. We're at 1.5. That's not bad at all. I have it set up. Did that. Alright. That's I, T, E, S. You guys get the point. But that's Morse code. I haven't played with it in a couple of weeks, but got a little discouraged because the band was dead. Nobody was coming back to me on any of 10 meter. We'll have to get the general in, and I'll have to run the wire and try to play with 20 and 40 meter, because that's ideally, that's where I know there's definitely traffic on 40 meter and such. So I need to get my general, and I'll make another video once I have that set up at my house and where we got the long wire put across the property. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, at least somewhat. I know it's not much. I didn't get any radio checks or anything cool, but it's my HF rig and it's in good shape, and I got a good deal on it, so I like it, and I'm gonna hang on to it until I can utilize more bands and actually get somebody to respond to me. Alright, 73s.